Good afternoon. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I'm here at 10548 Baird Avenue in Northridge, and I am in the process of performing the video examination of the main sewer line for Vache Carabedian. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping that is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping that is underneath or interior to the structure. Our examination today is not focused on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. Alright, so I wasn't able to find the main sewer line clean out. In other words, it wasn't obvious, exposed or accessible when we got here. So what I decided to do was remove the toilet in the master bathroom area and push the camera out to where the drain system exits the structure. I did at that point see a clean out on camera, tracked and located it, and we were able to uncover it. And it was underneath some of the plantings that were out there, potted plants. So we've uncovered that and left it exposed so that it can be easily identified. And I pushed all the way out to the public sewer here. And because I dropped in through that toilet drain, it's very difficult to get the camera around those first three turns as you get into the drain itself. So I decided to go ahead and push all the way out and start my video from here. And we'll take a look at this line backwards. And then once I'm done, we will be replacing the toilet and put everything back in working order. Alright, so as we pull off of the public sewer here, we're pulling back up into the 6-inch vitrified clay piping. This is the pipe that comes up to the up to the property from the public sewer, and then it's what was connected to when this property was developed. And this section of the pipe here under the street is the property owner's responsibility, so anything we find here would need to be, if there are any repairs needed, that would be up to the property owner themselves, not the local municipality. I do see some stress cracks around these joints. Here's an example of that here. Possibly some very, very slight root intrusion there. Also, it looks more like the, I don't know if you saw that bug that went running by earlier. They'll oftentimes make little nests around the joints in here. They have little places to hide. Looks like what that is. I see a few of those in here. There's 2 or 3 joints here. Another example of it. Crack going along the bottom there. This looks like the more modern style clay piping that we started seeing around the 60s. So there's a coupling on the outside of this pipe that's actually still covering where these cracks are. So there's no evidence that these cracks have actually been compromised by anything. It really does fall into the category of what I would call stress cracking, and something that I would recommend monitoring on. There are options of rehabilitation with lining systems, but for the time being, these don't appear to be really affecting this function of the system, and a liner is an expensive solution for something that may not really be an issue at the moment. Pretty clean overall, actually. Stress cracking is pretty common in these clay pipes. They do have a long service life expectancy, but they are more brittle in nature, especially in these plastics like we see here. So they do have a higher potential for damage during seismic activity or earthquakes. So we are recommending that these clay pipes should be examined after any significant earthquakes, and also annually to monitor the changing conditions in the system. Alright, so we're back into the 4-inch ABS plastic piping now. So this is a newer line that's running through the front yard. And it basically comes out just to the left of the front porch and then turns and runs at an angle across the front yard a little bit, kind of jogs over, exits the property there somewhere towards the middle. Now these modern plastic pipes, they are also expected to have a long service life. They have a very smooth inner surface, which allows for very high washout capability. In other words, they don't have a tendency to collect debris and have a high potential for blockages. And then these plastic pipes are also intended to be impervious to roots. So it's a good modern pipe here. Draining fine, generally doing okay. Alright, so here is where we're coming out of the front of the building. You see the opening there at the top. That's the main cleanout that we found, and we left it exposed for now. So since we're here, I'll go ahead and pull the camera back through the original building drain pipe here. This is the main 4-inch drain here that's running. It basically collects everything and comes out the front of the house. Now the cast iron pipes, typically they were expected to last somewhere in the 70-year range. This particular line here looks to be exhibiting common conditions, moderate rust and scale. Nothing excessive at this point. One of the things that I look for in these cast iron pipes while I have the camera in is what's the water doing. We ran a little bit of water here along the bottom. You can still see it's whatever is there is still running pretty clear. So that's a good indication, and kind of tells us this pipe is still within its useful service life. But at some point, these do deteriorate and would need to be upgraded. Not for the time being. At least this line looks okay. Commonly, your kitchen line is going to be the one that wears out first, and it's something that wanted to see it. We would do one of the building drain inspections. All right, so here's the 3 turns I was talking about at the beginning. We come vertically up, back horizontal, and these sharp turns, and then 1/3 90-degree elbow as we come out of the toilet drain itself. So this is the toilet drain, and again, this is in the back, or master bathroom here. Cool patio out that way, just to show you where that is. So we'll go ahead and replace this toilet now, but that's going to conclude what we're here to see in the video examination for today. Please do refer to the written report for the description of the final findings and recommendations, which in this case is just going to be a monitoring type of thing. Now we do recommend that main sewer lines should be examined after any significant seismic activity, and the main sewer lines should be examined annually to monitor for changing conditions in the system. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.